Donald Trump came in second in the Iowa caucus in 2016 to Ted Cruz. Mike Pence, who is more of a Ted Cruz Republican than a Donald Trump Republican, needed to do very well in Iowa to be a viable presidential candidate. Iowa is close to Indiana, and Iowa Republicans have, until the era of Donald Trump, been Mike Pence, Indiana-style Republicans. But when the latest Des Moines Register NBC News Iowa poll came out showing Mike Pence running behind a guy named Doug, even Mike Pence knew he had to stop dreaming the impossible dream. And so Mike Pence went to the city of visiting losers, Las Vegas, and said this.
Traveling across the country over the past 6 months, I came here to say it's become clear to me this is not my time. So after much prayer and deliberation, I have decided to suspend my campaign for president effective today.
Joining our discussion now is Stuart Stevens, a veteran of 5 Republican presidential campaigns. He is the author of the new book, The Conspiracy to End America: 5 Ways My Old Party is Driving Our Democracy to Autocracy. Stuart, thanks for joining us tonight. You know, having seen that, I start to think that maybe every presidential campaign loser should go to Las Vegas to drop out, because you'll be surrounded by visiting losers as soon as you leave the microphone. That's what the town's full of, right? What does it mean to the Republican Party, to this collapse of the Republican Party as we know it, that this is the way Mike Pence's career ends?
Well, you know, Mike Pence was never a very good politician. He's sort of an accidental figure in history. First time he ran for Congress, he lost because he was caught transferring money from his campaign account to pay his mortgage. He was about to lose a governor's race in Indiana as a Republican, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And basically, he was picked by Paul Manafort to curry favor with Jared Kushner. So Jared Kushner hated Chris Christie because he put his sleazy dad in prison. So sort of these weird series of events had to happen. And of course, Pence had to throw away everything that he ever said that he believed in to go with Donald Trump. I mean, this is a guy that was a, shock right-wing Christian DJ who ended up, running with the guy who talks in public about having sex with his daughter. He didn't seem troubled by that at all. And I, for one, find it very difficult to consider Mike Pence any sort of heroic figure because he didn't go along with the coup on January 6th.
Yeah, I find it one of the most absurd uses of the word hero possible. He didn't commit a crime. Hero. Standing ovation for the hero who refused to commit a crime, knowing that he'd get caught committing the crime also, by the way. Stuart, the end of the Pence campaign is one of the very few things that I have found notable, just as a historic note, in this Republican campaign, which does not make it into anywhere near the top priorities of this program now, with the war on both in Ukraine and Israel and the Trump prosecutions. But going forward, there doesn't seem to be much suspense other than when is Doug going to drop out and all those other people down in the single digits.
Yeah, the problem with all these candidates is that except for Chris Christie and Asa Hutchinson, both former clients of mine, I'll say, they all are kind of Donald Trump light. All of them raised their hands and said they would support Donald Trump if he was convicted of a felony. So what do you do after that? If you're running against a candidate, the ideal circumstance you would get to be able to beat this person is if, let's say he was convicted of a felony. So you say, that doesn't matter, I'm still going to support him. Where do you take your campaign after that? It just is sort of meaningless. It becomes more about aesthetics. Nikki Haley says, I would be a woman, as if that's sort of a big deal in American politics now. We do have a female vice president. I don't know if she's noticed. But it's the Republican Party is where Donald Trump is. That's what they want to be.
Stuart Stevens, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Stuart's new book is The Conspiracy to End America: 5 Ways My Old Party is Driving Our Democracy to Autocracy. Stuart, thanks.